Welcome back to the show. This is KDS Reviews. This is not as much a movie review episode as it is a state of Hollywood, and that's the movie Macabre host. What they would do is they would show this terrible movie here on a local channel. They hire somebody to come in and make jokes about it, do this sketch comedy routine of it. Some of those bad movies would be like Trolls or Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Let's talk about some of the ones that have done it. The first one that did it was in 1954, and that's Vampire. Now, you might recognize Vampire. We're going to talk about that in a second. But she would come in, like I said, she was the one who first started doing this with the jokes and intertwined it with the movie. And the ironic part is that Vampire actually showed up in one of the worst movies ever made, and that's Plan 9 from Outer Space. Up next here's one that most of my younger viewers probably know, and that's Elvira, whose real name is Cassandra Peterson. Now, she was part of this comedy troupe out in California. That's where she started at. She also auditioned to play the role of Ginger in one of these Gilligan Island movies. Now, she really was the one that went downtown with it as far as the little jokes on it and intertwined herself in with the movie. Her in that wig and that push-up bra. Now, ironically, Vampire saw her show and tried to sue her for name, image, and likeness. I'm not talking about college football. Up next, there's one of my all-time favorites here, and that's Svengoolie, whose real name is Rich Koz. Now, this show actually is a spinoff of another Svengoolie. It first started off being called Son of Svengoolie, and then the guy that was the original Svengoolie told him to go ahead and take that off and just call it Svengoolie. Now, he's really good. I like his comedic timing is on his show. You got the rubber chickens that'll throw at him. All the jokes, and he'll make a song, whatever bad movie it is, parody of it. And then he always is talking about the Chicago suburb of Berwyn. And then they all yell out, Berwyn. And he's really good. He'll show you some props, and he'll tell you a lot of information about the movies behind the scenes of it. He's really good. I really like to watch him every Saturday night. That's Svengoolie. It got to be that he got a spinoff of his show. It's called House of Svengoolie. And that host is Gwengoolie, whose real name is Sarah Palmer. Yeah, I know. That's the same woman. I know. I was surprised by that. They really do a good job on her makeup and hair. Now, she does another one where she does some little songs with it, and she's joined by her co-host, Imp and Nosferatu. And she does more modern to me bad horror movies than Svengoolie does. But she's still really good at it. And I'm thinking, Rich Koz is getting up there in age, and I'm thinking that they probably hired her to eventually replace him. And that's House of Ghoulie with Gwengoolie. Now, we even have our own movie Macabre host here locally in Pensacola, Florida, where this show is filmed at. And that's Nightmare Theater with, let's get this right, Baron Mondo Van Doren, whose real name is Mike Inslee. And what his biography says? Let's just read it out. It says, a minor demon assigned to inflict misery upon mankind with bad movies, along with his sidekicks, El Sapo and Mittens. Now, this is another one. This is he's got great comedic timing also. And he also shows some props, actual real props of some of these bad movies. Shows get kind of interesting, but he really shows some really bad movies on his show. Like last week, he had Crash Gordon instead of Flash Gordon. He's also, like I said, his real name is Mike Inslee. He is also the person that started our local convention here, Pensacon. This is KDS Reviews, and this is kind of a minor little show about movie Macabre hosts. Maybe you got some in the town that you live in. Why don't you comment down below? This is KDS Reviews. And remember, KDS Reviews is seen every Wednesday and every Sunday. And throughout the week, we talk about the state of Hollywood as far as movie making is. If you like this type of content, then like, subscribe, and share. maybe there's have these type of shows in your town. Why don't you comment down below? And if you want to see another video of me talking about movies that are so bad that they're good, then watch this video right here. This is KDS Reviews, and I'll see you in the next video.